Hello there, and welcome to my very first YouTube video, aka I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing it anyway, aka a sketch with me video. Now, I've seen these videos, on YouTube, and I was inspired to do it myself because I have this teeny tiny little itty bitty habit of starting a sketchbook but never finishing it, and that's something I need to get out of. So these will probably help me if I do them on a schedule like I had planned, but if they don't, then this will be an experiment and I will have had fun because the recording process was fun and this is fun. So my main goal is to just have fun. So what this is, well, me. I'm drawing a self-portrait, and it's not the most accurate self-portrait because I don't finish it in the sense that I don't color it, and I kind of just leave the pencil sketch under the pen that I use later on. So it's not exactly a drawing. This is why it's called a sketch. This is why I call it a sketch. When I sketch, I don't normally go in with pen later, but sometimes I do, and I leave the pencil sketch under it. As I said before, this is me, and you will see me take sticky notes and put that to the paper to line up. The sticky notes basically act as a ruler, and also later on you do see me use well, not a reference, but I take off my glasses, and you see those because I don't remember what they look like because they're on my face, and I don't see them every day, so I need to look at them to know, even though it was kind of hard because I couldn't see without them, but I was able to pick up the little details. Now, I would like to start this off, well, not start it off because I've already started, but just to talk about what art means to me. I do not go to art school. I don't take any art classes. I wouldn't exactly call myself self-taught because I did have people to guide me through, and I do watch tutorials here and there. But I wasn't taught by a teacher. But art to me isn't pen on paper. Art to me is any form of self-expression, whether that be music or writing or art, in this case pen or pencil on paper. This is, in my opinion, and it's probably why they call music artists is because they're putting a story into your head with their message. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Art is meant to be enjoyed. Art's meant to tell a story. And this is probably why it draws my attention so much. And it's probably why I love it so much. And I know I'm not the best, and I never will be, and I have no intention of being the best. I just want my art to be good enough to tell a story, for somebody to see it and think about what the message is behind that piece of art. And I know my art's very, well, not art, but the sketch is very sketchy. And the main reason why I've built this channel is so that I can watch myself grow as an artist. I would love, maybe, if this goes somewhere, if this turns into something unexpected, maybe a few years from now, or a year or a month, I'd be able to track my progress, and I'd be able to see where I am and if my art's gotten any better. I can tell you right now, this last summer, the summer of 2016, I started to draw. And I'm looking back on those drawings now, and they're not bad, but I think I've definitely gotten better, and I think that's something I would like to see more of. So that's what this is. There's a sticky note. Excuse me. I use that as a ruler for symmetry, even though symmetry is basically impossible for me. That's another thing I would like to get better at. So let me quit rambling and talk about the art supplies that I used. I use the Canson Mixed Media Sketchbook. And yes, among the art community, this is a very popular sketchbook, and I know why. It's because the paper is great. The paper has a nice texture to it, and it's not too smooth, but it's not too rough. I think it's just fine the way it is. When I try watercolor on it, it buckles, but it doesn't buckle as much as you might think it does. And I don't use heavy washes, but that might depend on if you do, how much it might buckle. The pencil I use is the Kuru Toga 0.5 millimeter pencil, and it's great. It's my favorite pencil. I don't use it just for drawing or sketching in this case. I also use it for writing when I go to school. The erasers, there's two. Oh, the camera angle changed. Yeah, I didn't like the position it was at. And again, this is my first video and I haven't done this before. So the angle it was at, I kept hitting it and it was kind of in the way. So I moved it, and I do like this angle a lot more than the last one. Anyways, the eraser that I used was the Pentel Click eraser, and it makes a very satisfying sound. I like it. I kind of just mess with it, like to click it just for the sound, not even to use it as an eraser. It erases very well. I can tell you that right now. I don't use it just because of the clicking sound, but the other eraser that you see me use, also by Pentel, it's the polymer eraser. It works like a dream. You have no idea. Like, I know there are other erasers that do the exact same thing, like the one by Stidler, and that one works very well too. I'm a fan of those, but this one is probably my favorite. I don't know why. Um, this pen that you see me use here, I love this pen. This pen, it almost works like a brush, like in the sense that the harder you push on the tip, the broader the lines are, and the thinner the line, the lighter you press on it, the thinner the lines are. And that's something I really admire about this. Some people seem to think that there is a line between art supplies and stationery, but I don't think so. I think that they all serve like the same purpose, is and that is to put lines on a surface. And if it does that job well, it could work for writing and it could work for illustrations. I really I don't see why people think that there is a difference between a regular pen that you would use for writing and a ballpoint pen that you'd use to sketch out something. I don't seem to think that there is a line separating the two, but some people do. You don't need the highest quality art supplies to make decent drawings. I've had this pen, this Pentel not Pentel, this Uniball pen. I've had this pen for, how long have I had it? About a year now, and I've used it for everything that I would need to use a pen for. And I do like the fact that you can see the ink inside of the barrel. That is something I love about this pen. I also love the fact that the ink is so very opaque, but there is one downside, which I think it's a small thing and it applies to most inks. If you don't get it, if you don't give it enough time to set and to dry, it will smudge. And when it smudges, it makes me very sad. Very sad. Especially if it's something that I put a lot of work and time into. But sometimes I can go in with an eraser and erase some of those smudge marks, but sometimes I can't. So when that happens, I'm kind of just really sad about it, but there isn't much I can do about that. Now, I am trying to improve not only on my art, but my technique. Um, you'll see me, twist the page around a lot. And I don't know that that's not exactly something that I need to improve on. It's just something that I feel like I need to do less of. I didn't do it that much in this one, but I do it a lot. Um, Also, something that I need to get better at is when I'm drawing, when I'm sketching. I do get the two confused, but they are different. They are. When I'm sketching or drawing, I tend to be so close to the paper that my forehead is practically against the page. And I do that to put in little itty bitty details, which sometimes that's okay, but not very good when you really have bad eyesight like I do and you're so close to the paper. Um I can't do that when I'm recording a video, so that I know that is something that I do need to stop doing. So with this will probably help me stop doing that. Also, expressions. Expressions are something that I need to get better at. In this sketch, I look a little worried. I look sad, but no, that was not what I was intending. I was intending to look nervous because I'm a very shy person. Anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll meet again soon.